Hey guys, hope you guys are well. Welcome back to the channel. Just doing a quick video today on my Mercedes CL. I did mention this a while ago in that E-Class project video, but I never actually did the video. So yeah, here it is. I just thought I'd introduce it and just, you know, tell you guys how it's been to own. And just talk a little bit about, you know, what it's like to drive, and I've had something quite significant done in terms of the suspension. This normally has an hydraulic air suspension, which is pretty complex and quite problematic, and I've had that changed because it was causing loads of problems. That's been changed out, so I'll talk about that, and what I paid for the car and what I've spent, etc. So yeah, no, just ownership, little review kind of thing, just a little chat. So yeah, let's get straight into it. So a rather dark and wet day here in London, but it's all good. So yeah, let's get into it. So I've had this car for touching 3 or 4 years now, and you know what, it's definitely been my expectation. Since I was younger, I've always wanted one. I've always seen them, you know, online, and the prices have kept going, you know, down and down, and I've always just found them really cool. So the reason I didn't buy this way before I did is because of the problems that could occur. I was always afraid that, like, you know, it has the hydraulic ABC sort of system, which is quite problematic, and you know, it's a very complex and expensive system. It can cost 1,500 quid a corner for the struts, the hydraulic struts, to be changed. So you know, big money really to change it, let alone that doesn't include pumps, you know, and other parts of the system that could, you know, cause a problem. So that always scared me away. What happened in sort of the last 4 years, shall we say, that I saw one pop up for a really good price, which was, you know, relatively cheap. And I thought, you know what, it's worth the, you know, risk to take it on and see how it goes. And yeah, it would have been okay if something occurs. And I can most definitely say it's been an absolute pleasure to own. It's one of, you know, the flagship Mercedes that came out back when it did, back in '99, and it was north of 100 so grand. So, you know, a seriously premium vehicle. And 20 years later, you would think that, is it going to be able to still be, you know, luxurious in today's sort of age, and would it still be able to compete in certain ways and still be the GT car that it is? It's really good. It still drives super smooth. It's got a nice silky V8, which feels absolutely brilliant. A 5-speed automatic gearbox, which changes gears very smoothly, and it has nice sort of long gear ratios. The throttle response is nice and slow and linear. So everything is very, you know, Mercedes-like and very luxurious. Yeah, so the interior of this car is still really, I think, very nice, given the age of it being, you know, 20 odd years old. These seats are beautiful. I think they really have a nice shape to them. Look really cool. You don't really see many seats like this, do you? They do feel really comfortable. Fully electric, heated, ventilated, full memory adjustment, electric mirrors, a sunroof. So really quite kitted out for a car of its age. But like I said, it is flagship from Mercedes, so yeah, I guess you would expect that. It's like a really impressive motor still in today's market. It's still able to give you that beautiful sort of smooth experience that you would expect from Mercedes, probably more so in a car of this age. It's fully covered in leather. We've got sort of a two-tone thing going on, a sort of shit, fuck me, these fucking puddles are crazy, man. Jesus. Yeah, so yeah, the interior's dated in some areas, not so much in other areas. I think the sort of dash is aged not badly at all, and it feels somewhat luxurious in here. You've got a really nice, comfortable, good looking seat, a full electric seat, adjustable with memory. I think the heated seat is a must for any car nowadays, and this car has that. And yeah, no, it's a very nice place to be honest with you. You've got parking sensors all the way around, so that is obviously another thing that we need in our cars, I think, especially something as long as this, which is, yeah, it's a bit crazy in terms of the length. I would not want to be driving this car without parking sensors, to be honest with you, at least. Really nice feel, and I couldn't praise the car enough for the way it feels. A nice big V8, which feels very smooth. So yeah, this car came out back in 1999 and finished production in 2006. So this particular model was made in 2000, so one of the earlier models, so a pre-facelift model. So they came in either a 5.5 litre AMG or a 5 litre. So this is the CL500, which has a 5 litre V8 with around 300 horsepower. So, you know, it's got a fair amount of power. In 2003, the facelift version was made. So you got some sort of upgraded LED lights, which look quite nice. You got some nicer paintwork. You got sort of Designo models as well, which is sort of like special editions, like the equivalent to, you know, individuals from BMW. See, I'm just really like impressed. When I first got the car, you know, I didn't really know what to expect, because I thought, you know what, I know it's super luxury and all that, but will it be able to, you know, still be that kind of car now? And yeah, man, it is wicked. The way it drives, the way it sounds, everything is just really good. Real praise to, you know, Mercedes and what they could offer back then, because brand is a lot of money now. Back then, that's a whopping amount of money, man, like just be spending on a car. But yeah, this is what you would get. You would get top class, you know, luxury, which is wicked, man. Like even today, like I know it's missing a bit of tech and it's going to be a bit heavy on fuel. It feels great. Keep a bit of money for repairs and get, you know, Apple CarPlay, or, you know, just have a bit of tech added, but you've still got a really good package, and a car that is by all means worth the money, and I would highly recommend getting one, man. I've always thought the look of these cars is wicked. I feel like they've done a really good job with the design, because yeah, this is obviously based and has the same chassis as the S-Class of this year, so the bottom, the size is pretty much the same. You've just got a sort of different design on the body, so much longer, 2 front doors, and much less practical in a way, more GT coupe like sort of car. I think they've done a pretty good job, because yeah, it looks great, aged really well, and is somewhat, you know, desirable now as a really cool car. Especially the ones with the AMG kit. These ones a bit less without, but still a very nice package, I think. You still get a nice, luxurious, quite desirable vehicle. And one thing to note is they're not making V8s anymore. A naturally aspirated V8 in a cool package like this is, you know, somewhat rare, and is only going to get even more rarer. So yeah, I mean, if you fancy one, I would say get it, man. Like, there's no shadow of a doubt. If you know, fancy it and you've got a bit of space for one, or you want to have it as a weekend car, even a daily, man, like, just keep a couple of grand aside for repairs. And you know what, get it checked. Get it checked as much as you can. Test out all that needs to be done before you buy it, and go see, you know, like a Mercedes specialist or a half decent mechanic that can, you know, that knows these kind of cars well, just to get it checked and make sure everything's in order. And keep fuels, keep oil in the engine and oil in the ABC system. Keep those fuels where they need to be, and just get everything checked accordingly, man. And you could have, you know, a really nice car for fairly little money. What I did with this car is, so one of the main sort of problems that can occur with this car is the ABC suspension, active body control, and, you know, just basically fuck up, because it's a seriously complicated system. The bags can go at any time. The car will just, you know, deck out, and there could be a lack of oil in the system, there could be metal in the system, all sorts of shit. Anything could have happened, man. And they're not the most reliable systems, and after 20 odd years they do tend to go. So that did happen with this car. So what I did is, I had that taken out, and I had coilover suspension fitted. Not the cheapest of jobs, but necessary, because if I wanted to keep the car alive. Because yeah, repairing that system would be a lot more costly, and yeah, I don't know if it's really worth it, to be honest with you. So I chose, after doing some research, looked at what coilovers could, you know, be a good option on this car, came to the decision that just to switch the coilovers, man. Like, so the ones I went for were from Yellow Speed Racing, which I found on eBay. But you know, I've seen a few people in like America and around Europe that have, you know, fitted these coilovers to their CLs. Yeah, so I thought, you know what, yeah, I'm just gonna go with that, because I did want to keep the car going, man. I really like it. It's a cool ass car, man. Like, I don't want to sell it yet. So they did cost about £900, brand new with warranty. Yeah, so not the cheapest, nearly £1,000 for the coilovers. But you know what, they're from Yellow Speed Racing. They're sort of a good, high quality coilover, and it cost about £600 to fit. So it worked out to a total of £1,500 all in. Not the cheapest job, but yeah, that's how much it would cost you roughly to get it all fitted in. But you know what, it's been good, because you know what, they've been comfortable, man. Like, it's on the coilovers right now, and on the motorway, any sort of driving, even around town, on a bumps, it's a little stiff, which is expected. Yeah, so guys, alongside this one, I do also have a CL55 AMG. It shows how much I like them, right? I mean, I had to buy another one. That is the one that I always really wanted, the 55, because you know what, it's got the better wheels, it's got the, you know, the full fat AMG engine, and I think it looks aggressive and really nice. This one I do like also, but that one's the one I really like a lot more, and the more desirable one out of the two. Let me talk about what I paid for the car as well. So I paid £1,500 for this, guys. Like, I think that's a really good price. Yeah, like, really, you know, reasonable. To think that this car was, you know, in the region of 90 grand in its day. Oh shit, there's quite a fucking big puddle here. Fucking hell. To think that this car was, you know, 90 odd grand 20 years ago, and you're picking them up for a grand or two, it's wicked, man. It's a lot of car for the money, and you're still getting tons of luxuriousness for the money. So yeah man, if you're looking at one of these, they're still pretty cheap. There's still some, you know, cheap ones there, and I would just say keep a little bit of money for repairs, but you know, it's worth it man, no doubt. See, like this car man, like it's really a GT car at heart. Like you just get that feel like it's a big coupe looking thing. All the luxury it has, a big V8, like a, you know, heavy steering, and just really comfortable. I mean, that just, you know, it's just designed man for Autobahn, straight up man. Like you want to be cruising this to, you know, Europe, Scotland, just take it somewhere and keep driving and just cruising along, you know, gracefully man. It's just that kind of car. I mean, I guess you don't really buy this car for fuel economy. It's a bit more for enjoyment, but I guess I'll touch on it. You're gonna get, you know, 150 to 200 miles ish per tank, which I guess is okay relative to this kind of car, big V8, etc. Nearly 2 tons. I think that's okay. It's not, you know, super bad. So guys, something crazy about this car as well, it's got like double glazed windows, you know, so it makes that refinement of it just even better. Like it's really impressive, things like that, you know, to car guys. I think that's impressive, like, you know, that you can get a car at this sort of money with that sort of, you know, level of luxury. And it is just really refined right now. It's very quiet in here, and it's a really nice place to be. The seats are super comfortable. I could see myself sitting in here for hours and hours without any problems, and I have done it. I don't daily drive it now, but I did previously, and yeah, I never had any problems. I was always just continuously impressed by the car and just the way it just drives. And now it's on the coilovers and it's a bit lower because they are adjustable. It's sitting quite low. It does feel a bit more, you know, sharp. It's not wallowy. It's really, you know, decent in the way it moves. So what do you guys think of the car, man? Like, do you like the look of these things? Any of you guys thinking about buying one? Do you have any more specific questions? Let me know, man. Like, if there's anything I can cover or answer, I'll let you know. I know I haven't been into that much detail, but if there's anything more I can find out for you guys, just drop something in the comments and I'll be more than happy to help. Let me touch on what problems I've had with the car since I've had it. So I did mention obviously the change to coilovers from the hydraulics, the hydraulic air suspension. That was obviously the biggest problem that occurred. Other than that, it's just been minor oil leaks, a service which is obviously wear and tear. But you know, it's been good. It's been okay, I guess. I mean, that is a big problem that occurred, but overall it hasn't been just, you know, just a shit show. You know, it's been alright. Like I said, if you are considering this car, most definitely keep a bit of money aside for things like the ABC suspension. She sounds alright, doesn't she? Yeah, definitely not a slow car, man. It's got a nice punch to it. noise, the V8 just cruising along. Right guys, so yeah, I just thought we could quickly talk about the CL55 now. There has been a slight problem with it, as you probably saw from the thumbnail. So it has actually had a problem as well with the air suspension. As you can see, it is, you know, completely gone down from the driver's side. There's a warning light on the dash as well. So yeah, no, a bit of a pickle really. Don't really know what to do, because I've obviously been through doing coilovers on my other one, so I don't really know if I want to go through that with this as well, because I was thinking maybe I could use this as a project and maybe go for like a full air suspension adjustable system, but that would cost like 5 grand, so I don't really know if I want to do that. So I'm not really sure if I'm going to keep it, to be honest with you. Might have to just, you know, part ways with it possibly, and cut my losses, because I've still got the other E-Class which is parked next to it, so I'm not really too sure, man, like what to do. So I may sell it, may, you know, keep it for a while and see. I know I said I was going to keep this one, but I'm not too sure now, because the thing is that there's quite a few bits and bobs wrong with it now, a lot of electrical problems. The instrument cluster is sporadically turning on and off, so I don't know if it's gonna, can obviously lead to many other electric problems which have now occurred as well. So I'm not too sure, man. So yeah, that's where it's at. I might have to part ways with it, man, and just concentrate on the other one, which I will give an update on soon, the E-Class, which has had the full respray. So I'll be giving you an update on that soon.
Artlist.io.
Guys, thanks for watching today. I do appreciate it. Hope you guys are enjoying the content. Do subscribe if you haven't already. Like the video.
Artlist.io.
Share with me your thoughts or questions in the comment section. And I'll see you in the next one. Take care.